Hello there, Soul Tribe, and welcome back to my channel, The African Gypsy. I am your girl, Sunshine, back with another weekly psychic forecast. Remember, the time is fluid, so whenever you find this reading, that's the 7 days for you. I'm a clairvoyant, that means I see visions. I'm clairaudient, which means I hear sounds, words, songs, or parts of conversations that have happened already or that will happen. I'm also clairsentient, which means that I pick up a lot of senses in the environment or when I'm doing a session for someone, a whole lot of those clairs. And I'm psychic, so I use different tools to channel the messages that Spirit gives to me. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for coming back onto our channel. Without further ado, let's get into our session for this week. So let's start off with some guidance from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit has to tell us for the next 7 days. Time is fluid. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take the time to do so right now. And tap the little bell icon so you can be notified anytime I post another video. What do the fairies have to tell the collective? This is a message for the collective. Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Ariel, please come into this session. Firstly, we've got a miracle healing. So someone has been praying for a miracle. Someone's been praying for something to turn around in their life. And it's about to happen. So don't mess up this miracle by having what we call miscreations, where you start thinking, oh no, I'm not deserving of this. What if that happens? What if that happens? Just proceed with faith and gratitude as things open up for you. Then we have angel patience. Shout out to you, Patience. And the angel Patience says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future, you'll synthesize your knowledge into action. So this is a time for you to study, to gather facts, to gather information. It's not really the time for you to be acting, but rather like doing research, finding out a little bit more about the topics that are at hand, so that in the future you can be able to synthesize or incorporate that knowledge into your everyday life and into the decisions that you end up making. You're also being asked to spend as much time as you can in the sun, depending on where you are in the world. I know there are like sweltering hot temperatures in some parts of the world, and it's a bit cooler here where we are in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, cool, I suppose. But spend some time in the sun. Just take time to look up and soak in the rays of the sun, and remember that God is love, Spirit is love, your ancestors are love, and just feel that nourishing, healing rays of the sun on your face that will help you to alleviate any depression or sadness that you may be going through as well. From the African goddess rising, oh my gosh, we have Mbuyane Handa, who has come through. Mbuyane Handa, I've been waiting for this card to come out. Bo, thank you ever so much for this African goddess rising deck. So Mbuyane Handa is a goddess, a spirit guide, and ascended master from the country that I am from here in Zimbabwe. And her message is radical rebirth. Mbuyane Handa was a military strategist. She appeared to different types of fighters and people during the time of the freedom fights, and even way after that, she still appears to many people when you need some sort of guidance or help, or you're in a very tight situation and you need to have a rebirth of your life. When someone has set some sort of a plan against you and they think that this is the end, Mbuyane Handa often appears to give you a strategy to help you leap forward. So number 5, this is change. This is definitely radical change. Let's get the book guidance from Mbuyane Handa. I'm so excited that Mbuyane Handa has come out. I've just been asking myself, when is Mbuyane Handa going to come out? When is she going to come out? So let's read from the guidance here. Mbuyane Handa is from Zimbabwe, where I'm speaking from here, from the Shona culture, and she's from the Temple of the Ancestors. She's been around for more than 500 years. I mean, it hasn't been documented. She's had many different mediums that she's spoken through over the years. And she's in the element of air, communication. Mbuyane Handa was actually born at a time when they believed that in my country that mountains could wake up and change their position. They'd wake up from their sleep or their slumber and change positions. And I had a dream download just a few days ago about 2 mountains deciding that, okay, they don't want to be planted where they are anymore, and they change position. For other people in geography, that would be like the movement of tectonic plates, I suppose. So she was born around 1840. This is the latest spirit medium that she had. And the medium's name was Charwe Nyakasikana. Nyakasikana is like ever the girl, everlasting youth. And a lot of times, even during the freedom fight against colonialists and stuff like that, Mbuyane Handa often appeared even as a little girl. So she channeled through a Mondoro. A Mondoro is a lion spirit, an ancient royal lion spirit named Nehanda, who was incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for at least 500 years. She was heralded as Mbuya Nehanda, grandmother Nehanda. This great ancestress was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. So if she's coming up in your life, there's a radical rebirth. Someone's trying to colonize your mind, trying to brainwash you, trying to take over your life, your journey, and everything. And she's coming up and saying, you know what, you can always be reborn again. So she's saying that, yes, you can stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. Like the sun, you rise again and again. Dust yourself off, move forward and go for it again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, you'll change your mind, and you need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up if things aren't perfect. Stop waiting to be ready. You're ready now. You're ready. You're born ready. So make new choices and decisions. And her declaration is still arise. In Shona, she said, "Mafupa angu achamuka akarwa." That's translated meaning that my bones are going to rise up and they're going to fight again. The fight is not over. Even if this body that I'm carrying has reached the end of its timeline, my spirit will live on and I'll continue to wake up and fight again. So this is a very powerful message. Someone is rising up, someone is dusting themselves off, someone has got a miracle healing coming along, and you might need to study what this rebirth is going to look like for you. The last time that I encountered the spirit of Mbuya Nehanda, like the latest, one of the latest times, was a couple of months ago when someone had sent a death spell against me, and I saw the Grim Reaper coming in, and Mbuya Nehanda appeared to me and said, "You know what? Ascended masters don't go. I say that my bones are going to rise up again. I'm going to fight, and you do exactly that." And I say the words that she said, and immediately the war was over. And as I woke up in my waking life, someone was running away from just outside my window. Like this is in the 3D in real life. So Mbuya Nehanda spirit is still very much alive, and she's still very, very much active, and she's available for those who believe in her. Thank you, Mbuya Nehanda, for coming into my session. I'm so honored to have such an ancient royal spirit come into the session for the next 7 days. What else do we need to know the next 7 days? So Mbuya Nehanda is very much at work. And there's a radical rebirth, and you might not be reborn in the same way you went down, that you could actually shock people. And as she reappears, she might come in a form that people are not expecting. They're expecting her to come in a certain form or format or be doing certain things, but she might come in a totally different way. Yeah, the world. So rebirth is going in with the world. Someone has completed a cycle, you've learned your lessons, and you're being advised to conduct yourself over the next few days with the utmost amount of tact and diplomacy. Continue to persevere, be persistent about your goals, and have courage to move forward. Don't give up just because the last time you tried to do something didn't quite work out. Just like Mbuya Nehanda said, dust yourself off and keep on going. The challenge this week is that you're coming out of, the challenge is coming out of the sleepless nights for some of you, or indecision. I also feel that for someone who's probably been on your trail for the longest time, the worst has happened. Now it's over. The jig is up. Like I said last week, it's over. Something is over. It's done, and the worst has happened, and they can't get themselves out of it because ascended masters are coming up to help you. Like I'm saying, judgment has come down. For the world, we've got judgment. So this is a final judgment. With the world card, I see I've got Archangel Michael and Gabriel for me coming through here, and they're pronouncing judgment on a matter that has not been resolved for the longest time ever, and a necessary change is coming through. So I feel that someone is very grounded, or you're needing to ground yourself, or you've been very grounded, and you're very down to earth. You know exactly what to do with the things that you have at hand. And someone is moved to calmer waters. That's why judgment is coming through. That's why the world card has come up. The jig is up. Something is over, and someone is being moved. And you're not alone. You see, you've got a lot of help there. She's been moved to calmer waters, away from the chaos and from the drama, whatever drama it is that was brought your way. In the future, there's going to be a lot of happiness, celebration, blessings from the Most High, a radical change in your circumstances where you were worried, where you're stressed, or you're constantly under fire, constantly under some form of guerrilla warfare or the other. There's going to be happiness and blessings coming your way. The key over the next 7 days is there's good news coming your way. Good news that's going to help to propel you forward, help you to move forward away from the murky and the treacherous waters you've been wading in for some of you. Again, good news is coming in. So there's a lot of messages coming in over the next 7 days. Good news coming in. Good news as well about children and their affairs. What you're hoping for is you're hoping to move forward with structure and discipline, marching forward towards a resolution of a conflict or the final resolution of a matter that you've been going through. The result is that there is a temptation coming up. Some of you may even have some sort of a weird supernatural event happening for a couple of you. I know last night I had an interesting download where I was in the world of Nephilim or giants. And so a lot is happening. A lot's going to be happening over the next 7 days for many of you as well. You might have some sort of a supernatural thing that happens for you. Let me know how that plays out for you. All right, let's clarify. What is this? The worst has happened for your ops. What has happened for them? Well, for a start, Nguyane has made an appearance, and when she appears, miraculous things happen. She can make your enemies get lost when they're looking for you. Because I know I've had a lot of people who've had encounters with her as well say that when your enemies are looking for you, they can cause them to get lost. They'll look and they'll not find you. Even if they feel that they're in the right location, they're going to find the wrong door. They're going to be the wrong location. They're going to be lost. And because there's been trickery and deception. Someone's been trying to trick you. There's been deception, sleight of hand, possibly the misuse of spiritual powers as well. Some sort of magic has been at work to make things not work out, but now the chickens are coming home to roost. Someone did some word spells against you. They spoke some bad things into your life, whether they were chanting or making soulish prayers or whatever they were doing some sort of spell work. And now the chickens are coming home to roost because ascended masters have entered the fray of this battle, and they've said, you know what, thus far and no further, you're not going to do this to this child. Let's find out a bit more. You might be dealing with some very unhealed people who lied about you. Someone went to a spiritual practitioner and lied that you owed them something, you stole from them, you did them dirty, and this person went on and did whatever spells, and then in the midst of the night, in the middle of the night, your spirit guides appeared to this person and said, well, why are you fighting this person? They've never done anything to you, and whatever you were told is a lie. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. The worst has happened. Their lies have been exposed. This could be someone with a red car whose lies are exposed. I've jumped straight to the cheeky madams to get to the bottom of this real fast. What is going on? Yeah, someone is trying to mess with you. They were trying to mess with you, lie about you, put their mouth on your name. You're told, touch not my prophets and touch not the anointed and do my prophets no harm. And any tongue that rises up in judgment against me, I shall condemn, for that is the heritage of the prophets of the Lord. So someone put their mouth on someone who's an earth angel, and this is coming back on them. A lot is happening behind the scenes, and you don't know about this. I channeled this message just before I came onto this channel today. I got that message that a lot is going on behind the scenes. Judgment has been meted out there. People who are fighting, who are running right now, people who are regretting their actions. There's a lot of chaos and fight in the camp of your enemies. Last week's video, the title was panic mode in the camp of your enemies. So there's a lot of panic. There's a lot of fear because they didn't know who you were when they came up against you. And now there's a lot of panic behind the scenes. What else is happening behind the scenes? Let's find out here that we're not aware of. Yeah, a decision is being made. A path has been blocked up for your enemies, and justice is coming in, whether it's justice here on earth or it's justice coming in from the spirit realm. Justice is coming down on those people who were fighting with you, and a lot is happening behind the scenes. They're meeting up with justice. Some people celebrated too fast, and now they're trying to stop a tower from coming in. Boom, the tower is still going to come in, and looks like it's coming in fast. Something is happening to your enemies that they're not seeing coming. Something that they're not seeing. This is happening to someone who's a karmic, who's very emotionally unavailable, is very mean-spirited, cruel. Ace of Swords says it's true. Someone who just did mean, spiteful things just for the sake of it. Not because you owe them anything, not because you did them dirty, but because they were just maybe jealous of your gifting, or they just didn't like the way you smile. They don't like the way you breathe. They don't like your energy. So what you do with a person like that, you're not going to exit yourself from this life, or some really messed up person who has issues with your existence, someone who's trying to dim your light or snuff out your light altogether. So justice is coming in for this person, someone who drives a red car. could also be involved in this justice coming up. They might have a civil case coming up against them. So the worst has happened. They're now going through fights. If they wanted to drag you through the mud and drag you through legalities, those legalities have appeared to them. Avoid the drama. Someone is going to try and trigger you. They're going to say and do things to make you come out and have a direct confrontation with them. But you know what? We respond, we don't react. Especially when you know that someone is doing things to try and trigger you. You just sidestep them nicely and say, yeah, I see you, son. You're trying to trigger me, but I don't operate like that. If you see me speaking up, it's not because I'm angry. I'm in a huff and I've been triggered. I speak up because I feel it's time. I got the right words to say, and I've prayed about it, and God said, go give it to them. So someone has been working secretly. This is insidious intent coming up. Covert actions carried out in the hope to accomplish some act of evil. Secret meetings that look harmless. But now look at them. They're all up in their head, worried about their covert actions, worried about the insidious intent that they wanted to perform against you, the act of evil that they wanted to perform against you. Ascended masters came down and stopped all of that. And now they're worried. What's coming up? This is something that happened in the past, or this could be people that you've known from your past, whether they're siblings or childhood friends, childhood colleagues or whatever it may be. And something is moving forward with the Chariot. It looks like universe is moving something forward. No, there are actually no reins on this card here. Universe is moving something forward, and this person is worried that something is coming to light. They're worried that their actions have been exposed with the sun coming up right here. Someone is very, very worried. Someone is extra triggered. The way they wanted you to be triggered about what they were doing, someone is triggered by what they were doing, and they know it's all coming crashing down because you've been in prayer. You've been praying, you've been meditating, you've been talking to the Most High, you've been talking to your ancestors, your spirit guides, you've been grounding yourself, you've been doing your spiritual baths, practicing spiritual hygiene by cleansing your spirit, taking salt baths, or if you needed to go for a spiritual cleansing, you've done that. You've done all of those things. So the spirit could come through and help you in your time of need. Let's see what else is coming up here. What is this move into calmer waters? You're moving to calmer waters. This may be goodbye. Yeah, this move into calmer waters is leaving some people behind. But someone is watching. Looks like they're scrying, or they've gone for some sort of a reading or spiritual session to find out. They've been told that, you know what, this person is going to move away from this drama for some of you. And these people, someone is moving forward, leaving a bunch of people behind. People who were celebrating too fast. People who refuse to change. Because here we've got the world at the bottom here. Because something is over, something is done. It's time for a new beginning. And you've put up stronger boundaries to some people and decide that, you know what, I'm not going to be messing with you in that way. I know what you've been doing. I am aware of everything that you've been trying to send towards me. And I ain't playing like that. I'm just talking to my spirit guys. And spirit is going to help me out of every trap, out of every plot that you've set for me. Yeah, you've spoken your truth to some people, or they're hearing some truth from spirit. You could be speaking your truth to a family or to a group of people, whether you're addressing them directly or it's happening in the spiritual realm. They're not going to have a passionate new beginning. A bunch of people is all up in their heads. Yeah, they did the most to you. They stabbed you in the back countless times over and over and over again. And now the jig is up and they know it. They know it's done. And they know that you're going to have good people to work with. There's going to be a lot of good teamwork coming up for you. Let's get one more for the cheeky madams before I close off this session. I will continue. These were the voyeurs of tragedy, sitting there with the knitting needles like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to so-and-so, knitting away and happily waiting for you, for things to come down for you in a bad way, for things to come crashing down. They're waiting to see tragedy happening in your life. They'd throw stones and hide and see how it affected you. Guys, if you like the way I read, if you enjoyed my energy, please give this video a big thumbs up. Share it if you feel that way inclined. And if you want to book a personal reading, my details are down in the description box down below. Till part 2, love and light.